Hello guys, welcome to another video. So I don't know if you guys have seen the previous video. On the previous video I machined the pistons. I machined all the pistons, it's all done on all of them. So today we're gonna reassemble the cylinder head. So when you reassemble the cylinder head, you have to make sure all this, I think it's 10 holes, they have to be 100% clean. If they are not clean all the way to the bottom, you can end up with troubles. You see, it's all the way clean. So you need to be able to see all the way through, because otherwise when you tighten your bolt, if there's something underneath, you can end up stretching the bolt before the bolt go all the way through. So yeah, so let's put the gasket back on. Don't make sure you don't forget to put these guys because they are important. So yeah, I'm gonna put the head gasket, cylinder head. I'm gonna take you to all the torques and everything. Hello guys, welcome to another video. So I don't know if you guys have seen the previous video. On the previous video I machined the pistons. I machined all the pistons, it's all done on all of them. So today we're gonna reassemble the cylinder head. So when you reassemble the cylinder head, you have to make sure all this, I think it's 10 holes, they have to be 100% clean. If they are not clean all the way to the bottom, you can end up with troubles. You see, it's all the way clean. So you need to be able to see all the way through, because otherwise when you tighten your bolt, if there's something underneath, you can end up stretching the bolt before the bolt go all the way through. So yeah, so let's put the gasket back on. Don't make sure you don't forget to put these guys because they are important. So yeah, I'm gonna put the head gasket, cylinder head. I'm gonna take you to all the torques and everything. Okay guys, like I said, all nice and clean. Don't forget the guides. And I have brand new head gasket, 3 notch. Why is 3 notch? Because they are slightly thicker than the standard one. The standard one normally is 2 notch. You just see 2 holes here. This one have 3 holes. They're slightly thicker because I have skimmed the cylinder head. When they have skimmed the cylinder head, they take some stuff off the cylinder head. So that's why I always went with a thicker one. It's only a way to go. You only can fit the head gasket on one way. And yeah, I saw some people just doing the head bolts. They just replacing the head bolts. But if you're planning to run big power, I don't recommend to replace just the red bolts, because eventually we'll lift the head bolts again. So proper job, just take the cylinder head out, skim it, pressure test, make sure it's all fine, put the brand new gasket in, and you know for sure it's gonna be reliable. Otherwise you can just be wasting money. So yeah, let's put the head back on. It's quite heavy, and you guys see it's all have been skimmed. So the valves has been lapped in and everything. You guys need to be careful when you guys put this in. You can't miss the holes. You need to go pretty much straight forward. Because if you just keep going around, you're just gonna damage the cylinder head. So it's all in. I'm gonna get the head bolts. This is a brand new head bolts. If you can see the numbers, it's a PD 150 head bolts. supposed to be better than the PD130. This is a PD130 engine. I don't know if you guys can see here, I have put a little bit oil on the threads and a little bit oil on there, so it just makes smoother when the bolts go in, and even when you tighten them. So yeah, put the bolts back on. And when this car all done, I'm gonna take to dyno and see what's the figures are going to be. We're aiming about 300 horsepower with the GTB 1752, 1852, sorry. So I should make 300 horsepower easily. We need to tighten all the bolts first. Just do the middle ones, the side one just don't need to put any pressure on them, because this is just pre-tight. And now going this way. Now we need to go with 40 Newton meters. Where we start first? Can be this one. And you need to tighten the bolts as the manufacturer said. You can't just tighten this one and this and this. You need to go by what the manufacturer said. Oops. What's going on? What's going on with the camera? Okay. Let's hope you see like that. See, my manufacturer said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like a X. You need to tighten them like X. So let's do it. 40. One. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Last 40 is done, so I need to do 60 next. 6 Newton. On exactly the same order. 60. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's the last one. Okay, it's all torqued. Now we need to do 90 degrees. So, okay, I'm gonna torque the 90 degrees now with the angle thing. I don't know what's the name. Forgot the name. Yeah, you need to do 90 degrees and all of them exactly the same order I tied them on the first place, and you need to do 90 on all of them and come back to and do 90 again. So I'm gonna just take you through on the first, then I'm gonna show you all of them. So it's on 0, you need to tie it until you reach 90. At 90 you need to stop and go to another one. I think if you see it's 90, and if you have somebody to hold your tool, even better. So okay guys, it's all torqued up now. I torque all them up. So the next step is putting the wire and loom back together. So this is the wire and loom. So before I put the wire and loom back together, I always tighten the pins on them, because you don't want to be putting the wire loom on and then the car misfires and you're gonna think it's the injector's problem. Sometimes these plugs, comes a little bit loose inside of them, and of course we always think, oh, this is the injector, but sometimes it's not. It works fine when you take the engine out of the car, but when you put it back together, the terminals could come loose. So I'm gonna show you. I was doing this just by myself. So on the bottom there, in the middle here, you have a little clip. If you have like a small screwdriver, just lift this clip here. Oops, don't want to break, but I want to show you at the same time. Come on. If you lift this up and just take the plugs off, don't mix the wires when you put them back together, because you can end up with troubles. So yeah, see these two clips, if you clip them with a small pliers, just clip them back in a little bit. Let's see if I can do without damage, because it's a bit difficult trying to record and show you how I'm doing. So just a little bit, you know, can't be too much, otherwise afterwards doesn't go on the injector. So the other one as well. See if I don't damage this. Okay, see, it's almost touching on another end. And clean all the loom with some brake cleaner or some degreaser you have. And if you forget which side is the wire goes on the plug, if you come back to the other ones, if you will see the brown wire is always on the same side, so can't really miss. So yeah, let's put this back on. Goes on this way. Yes. No. Wrong way around. No, I've been doing the wrong way, I believe. Yeah, this one goes on this side, this one goes on this side. Let's clip back together, and yeah, that's the right way to go. And just put all of them in place, because they have his own place to be, so otherwise you be struggling to slide them into inside the head. So I'm going to show you how they go inside the cylinder head. You just need to slide from the tandem pump side, and literally it just slides in. Oops, you see what I mean? When this comes out of this place, it got stuck inside the cylinder head. So let's put this back on. Yeah, that's okay. There's another one that came out. Okay, hold on. If you notice, these clips here needs to clip into this wall on the cylinder head. I believe it to stop the vibration. Yeah. So then, and if you have some time, it's ideally with a multimeter, just check the resistance on the wires. I think it's all fine, so that's why I'm not checking. But so if I know that I have a problem, I always do. But I'm pretty sure this car doesn't have that problem. So yeah, just put the plugs on. All tight. Apologize if it's my arm is on the front of the camera. Let's put this out of there. It goes on there. Yeah, you can grab the wires and give a bit of wiggle, see if they really stuck on there. Yeah, it's fine. So now I need the 2 bolts to go on the end. This bolt here is always on the top because it has a bracket holds the cover of the engine. So this one goes on the top. Yeah, and I'll tighten them afterwards. Yeah, I'll tighten them on afterwards. Okay, it's all been torqued, the injector's been tightened and everything. Now I'm going to show you what I do with the rocker cover. I put new gasket on and always add some sealant on these areas here because they tend to leak from here. So on both sides, just put a little bit there, just put the cover back on. I will leave all the torques below so you know what you're doing. And I have a few questions on this engine when I open the holes on the pistons. So I'm gonna make a video in the future for you to see how to make a tool, because you can't buy that tool from anywhere else. You need to make the tool yourself. So I'm gonna show you how to make the tool yourself. And yeah, if you like these videos I'm making, just please subscribe it and like it. And I'm gonna torque all this up and put the engine in the car, take to the dyno and see what it does. Thanks for watching.